Hello everyone and welcome back to the FRC Historian. Today, I'll be telling the story of AllSpark 9, Makeshift Robotics, and the Trojans. Now if you're wondering why I'm telling a story about these three, it's because this story is as much about these three teams as it is about the team that they upset in this one of the biggest upsets in FRC history. If you didn't know, what I'm concerning today is the Ontario District McMaster event, a Week 6 event in 2017 of the inaugural season for the Ontario District system. If you didn't know, the upset was between this rank 4th alliance and OP Robotics. This remains the only time that OP Robotics has not made it to the finals in a non-world championship season. What I mean by that was up until 2016, they had never lost a regional. By that I mean they had never not won a regional. And now, going into this season, they want to win everything they had. However, they got out in the semifinals of this district to a powerful alliance. Now, let's get into that powerful alliance. To set up the stage, after the qualification rounds, the team with the highest ranking was OP Robotics. They were 10-2 going in, and they picked Team 188 Blizzard. Now, Blizzard hadn't done too well at their first district, however they had improved, and they were ready to do well and hopefully win this district with OP Robotics. Their second pick would be the Westminster Wildbots out of Ontario District. They were a rookie team, 67-25, and they would be their second pick at this event. Like all good districts, there was also a storm brewing in the number 3 alliance. A very powerful alliance which I had expected to make to the finals and lose to the OP alliance when I first watched this district. This alliance consisted of Team Captain 4976, Revolt Robotics, first pick 5406, Celt X, and Team 4618 as their second pick. This alliance would be very powerful, and I had thought that they'd be the one that make it to the finals and give OP a run for their money. Now, instead of this, let's talk about the alliance who did give OP a run for their money and eventually did win the district. That consisting of Team 4039 as the captain, Makeshift Robotics. Their first pick, 4939, AllSpark 9. And then their second pick rounding out the alliance, the Trojans, 2386. Now, as you can see right now, you're watching match video from these two semifinals matches that I could find. Both of them which were upsets against the OP alliance. One thing to note is that in the semifinals too, OP did come back, but we're not talking about that right now. Let's look at the semifinals. In semifinal match 1, we have the blue and the red alliance. If you wanted to know, it was almost a clean sweep in the quarterfinals, where all the red alliances 1, 2, 3, and 4 all won. However, there was an exception where there was one match won by the blue alliance. However, the red alliance would come back to win. So it was almost a perfect bracket with an exception of one match. When we look back at this, if you want to see which things were engaged in autonomous, in semifinal match 1, both alliances were able to pull one rotor and Auton. However, one interesting thing about this match that I saw was that the Blue Alliance played some good defense. And you can see all over the match, for example, 2386 kept 67-25 from getting to the other side of the field. One thing that happened in this match that was successful for the Blue Alliance was that they were able to keep the Red Alliance down to only 3 rotors. Blue Alliance was able to get all 4, Red Alliance was only able to get 3. And one of the things that did contribute to this was a factor of defense, but on top of that, you had 3 very destined and powerful Blue Alliance bots. And also at the end you can see there's a lot of fuel in the pickup station for red, and it actually took OP Robotics quite a while to be able to pick up a gear, so they were unable to get their 4th rotor, and thus lost this first match against them. Now let's look at the second match. This second match is what you would have expected it for the first one, had you betted on the outcome of this competition. We have OP, Blizzard, and their second pick coming into here. This time, both alliances got all 4 rotors. However, there was a difference, where here the Blue Alliance was only able to get 2 robots to climb, and the Red Alliance was able to get all 4 rotors. Now let's look at the third one, the tiebreaker. This is what I consider the upset match, if we were looking at it specifically. This is the one where Blue was able to do it again. They were able to get the Red Alliance down to 3 rotors yet again. However, Red was able to get the ranking point for fuel as well. Blue was unable to. That's why this one was actually a little bit closer. It was 445 to 368. where Red was able to score quite a few amount of points, but they were unable to get that fourth rotor, and thus ended here where 2056, 188, and 67-25 got out in the semifinals of McMaster. However, the story doesn't end here. Like I said, there was a powerful storm brewing in the number 3 alliance. However, in the finals, it actually did come pretty close, with the first match being won by the number 4 alliance, 445 to 259. This alliance, 2386, 4039, and 4939, did win the first match. However, in the second match, the third alliance did win. And in this one, this was actually a very close game, with both alliances reaching 4 rotors. However, one thing that made the number 3 alliance special was that they were able to get 2 rotors engaged in Auton, a fantastic feat for this year. 4976, 5406, and 4618. They were all able to get their second rotor in Auton, and there was actually a full rotor match. This competition was won by 413 to 395, a very close match. 20 points would have made the difference. And also there were a lot of fouls that the Red Alliance committed against the Blue Alliance, actually changing the outcome of the match. A very close game. The Red Alliance got 100 to the Blue Alliance's 50 takeoff points, and this was a very close match. Now let's look at finals through the tiebreaker. The one that really stands out to me, where the Red Alliance was able to come back. Number 4 beat number 3, 305 to 239. Although neither alliance was able to get all 4, this was a game where the Blue Alliance was able to get their second rotor in Auton. However, they were unable to get more than 1 robot climbing, whereas the number 4 alliance was able to get 3 robots climbing, thus making the win go to the number 4 alliance. The alliance was able to upset OP and then win against number 3, upsetting them in the finals. Thank you all for watching. This has been the FRC Story.